Okay, welcome to Tom Trips Out. I'm in Phnom Penh, Cambodia. I'm from Toronto, Canada. I lived here for 3 years now, and I do this channel to provide information and guidance on how to move here and do the same thing. You could be a teacher here too. And we'll try not to get run over at the same time. So one of the great things about Cambodia is you don't need a degree to work here. So I've been teaching for 3 years and I don't have any degree. Just really helps if you need a TEFL or TESOL. I've got links below if you want to check out the programs I did and follow in my footsteps. It's a government accredited program and they include hands-on job support, so you get job interviews coming out of it. And we're heading now to a photocopy shop. I'm a private tutor now. Just recently I got a private English tutoring job. And one of my students, I'm getting him ready for the IELTS exam, which is a special exam to prove you're at like university level with English. So we've been doing a lot of mock tests or like practice tests. And so when at the end of a class, we kind of decide what he wants to do for the next class, and then I go home and I find all the stuff and prepare it. And what I do is I make it into one PDF, and then I send it to myself, and then I go to the photocopy shop. Sorry, these guys don't know what they're doing there. Then we're going to the photocopy shop right now. Oh, their thing stalled, I think. That's what happened. I say this every time when I'm live, but if you're walking in Cambodia, you don't exist. It's like you don't have a right of way. Nobody will move. No one will like look out for you or nothing. Like, you're just a speed bump. That's all you are, walking. So we're heading to the photocopy shop, and I've prepared. He's doing a practice listening test today, where there's like audio and then questions about the audio he's listening to, but it's very hard. It's not that easy. And to make it tricky, they on purpose in the audio, they'll have some speakers that are neutral accents, some that are UK, and some that are Australia people, so they kind of get used to it, and they speak at normal speed, just hey, yeah, blah, 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 blah. And to someone just learning, that can really throw them off. Even slowing down just a little bit can help them understand. Because when you talk too fast, it sounds like two words are together or something, and then they can't translate in their mind. So anyways, it's a 90-minute session I have with this student every time. And the test takes about a half an hour, but then we check over the answers and, what did he get wrong? And so it can almost be 45 minutes to an hour for just to deal with one test, like when we're practicing. So I've prepared two of the same test, like two listening tests, so we can do one and do the other. If we don't waste any time, we could do the first test. It takes a half an hour. Right away, do the next test. That's another half an hour. And then we'll have a half an hour left in the lesson, and then we can go over all the answers for all of them. For both of them. So now we're walking up to the photocopy shop because I've got to print out the two listening tests. I forget how much it is. They kind of look at you like how big was the stack you wanted to print, and they either say 1,000 or 2,000 or 3,000. It's like 25 cents, 50 cents. It's kind of like when I only, that's where I was standing. That's what I'm telling you about. There's all this space everywhere, but people want to put their bike where my feet are. You know what I mean? Every time. He's doing a delivery though. He's probably like, every time I want to make a delivery, there's a foreigner standing in my way. Jägermeister, yo, my hair is thinning. Should I just shave it all off? How to deal with losing my hair in my 30s. Yo, I lost it in my 20s. Check this out. Check it out, brother. I lost it like at 24 or 25. I'm almost 39. Yeah, Os Killer B says congrats on 14K subs. Yeah, I just hit it yesterday. Thanks, man. See, I was saying how much it cost in here. So it was kind of like when I got like almost 30 pages had to print, it was like 75 cents. And sometimes I just have a small handful of pages and then they're like just 25 cents. So like 1,000 would be the small amount. You know, and I think they just a little bit eyeball it. There's no calculator or catcher. They just hand you the printout, and then I'm like, how much is that? And they go, it's about 75. That's about 3,000. Like, so today I have quite a lot, but it's not as much as the other time. So I'm thinking it'll maybe be 2,000, which is 50 cents. But it's 14 pages, so it might be 3,000. But whatever, it's less than $1 for sure. It's this place with photocopy machines, and then they have like a QR code for the app Telegram. So you can just quickly add them on Telegram and you send any file, and then they look at you like, you know, they might ask you one copy, or they might say, you know, both on one side, or do you want it to print on both sides, like back and front, or just on one side? It's good they ask that, because usually I would say back and front, but when you're with a student, it's good to have one side, because then you can write on the back of it, and they're not having to fold and rotate and all that stuff. They can just take it out of the way and have another page. So I go one single-sided only. I'm gonna have to flip out of this app to send them the file, so just hang on one sec. Hey, I sent it to this. Jägermeister says solidarity. Yeah. I have a buddy back home in Toronto, one of my really close buddies, and he's bald too, so we're like, yeah, they're bald buddies. I'm gonna have to flip out when I pay too. Then I'll tell you how much it was after. So they just have some workstations to format or see what you're printing, and then the machine's all here, and then how much is that?
2,000.
Okay. 1 second. All right, you still with me? So I was right, it was 50 cents. That's what I was guessing out here earlier. I said when it was a tiny amount, it was only 1,000 real. I had another time when it was way more than this, and it was 3,000. So I thought, maybe this should be like in between, like 2,000, which 2,000 is 50 cents. Here he comes again. I'm standing in another parking spot. Look at that. I guess I'm making fun of them, but I'm standing right where people park their bikes, so it's my fault too. But in North America, or wherever you're in the West, as you probably know, the pedestrian is king. Like, you can't Look at this. He's still creeping. He can't find his customer, so he's just gonna drive where I'm gonna be. Oh, good place to stop right there. He's just trying to do his job. I'm the one in the way, probably. He's probably like, these damn foreigners, I'm trying to deliver this food. Oh, here he is again. Howdy, mate. Joe the trainer. There, they can't get me in there. This car's in the way. I'm in a safe bubble now. And yeah, if you like Cambodia content, or you want to get even more you can binge, or exclusive videos, or you like the vibe I'm putting out, you want to help, I've got a members section. It's only $4.99, and I put exclusive videos there. Like I did one today when I ate lunch. I had a bunch of really spicy Szechuan flavored food from a place called Kung Fu Kitchen. It really slaps. It's really good. So the members got to see my lunch today. I do behind the scenes or sneak peeks or just exclusive stuff only they can see, and I go live for them, and I've been doing it for months now, so there's already like 120 videos over there. Sorry, I don't have any cash. No money, don't have. Beggars. Do you take ABA? I pay everything for the QR code on my cell phone. I don't carry, never a single cent I ever carry on me ever. I just go totally digital. And the second someone gives me cash, I throw it straight into the bank, because that's how you waste money. You get change, and then you're like, well, you buy stuff you wouldn't usually buy because you have money in your pocket. Smart T, hello. Yeah, I was talking about the members section. What a lot of people have been doing sometimes is they just sign up for only 1 month, because then it's $4.99, and then you can just quit after that, and it's not recurring if you quit. And it's a easy way to help me out, and then you actually get something out of it. There's like 120 videos in the members section. You could go binge food I'm eating and sneak peeks and stuff. And I'm going to Kampot for Christmas, so there'll be some cool stuff. There's a big music festival happening, and that's coming up in about 2 weeks, so it's a good time to join up. And that was my point. It's a little bit more to your advantage to become a member rather than send a donation in the chat, because sending a super thanks, you don't get any content out of it. Anyways, let's move on. Yo, why would you leave the country of the maple syrup for a third world country? No, well, do you live in Canada? You should know how shit it is, and how hard it is to live there. The real reason was after the pandemic, when the lockdown happened, I lost my job. So then I had to figure out, what am I going to do with my life? And I had some friends doing this in Vietnam, so I always had thought about it before. So I thought, I'll take my severance money and move abroad and become a teacher. And I'm a musician too, so I kind of like performing and getting up in front of a crowd. So it's kind of, teaching is like doing a little show every class. So I like it. But in Asia, here's the real reason Beamy was asking, why would I leave like a first world country for a third world? And it's the cost of living is so cheap. I don't know if you're aware. Like right now in my apartment is the nicest apartment I've ever had, like including the ones I've had in Toronto, Canada. The one I'm currently living in right now, just down the street from here, is the nicest apartment I've ever lived in, and it only costs $300 a month, Canadian. It's like 75 square meters, and it has 2 balconies, 2 bathrooms. The bedroom is almost as big as the rest of the apartment. Like, it's so huge. And then I have wraparound windows around in my bedroom that are like floor to ceiling, so you have a view, like panoramic windows, I don't know what to call it, all the way around the corner. So I put my desk right there, so when I teach online at home, I have a 6th floor view of like all this whole neighborhood that we're standing in. If you look at my shorts or my Instagram, I was just posting videos from there. And yeah, so he's saying, yeah, that is a sweet deal, or she. And everything, food is cheap. Beer is like a draft beer is about 75 cents. So how much does a draft beer cost when you go to, what are the names of some places? When you go down to Boston Pizza or whatever bar, sports bar, you go down to Jack Astor's, and how much does a pint of beer cost? Is it like $11.50 or is it 75 cents? So the cost of living, everything is about 7 or 10 times cheaper here. So I can live as an artist and a creator. You could live off probably all your bills, all your food, going out, everything you spend in a whole month, all total, you could get by on like $600 or $700 a month. Would pay for everything. When you ask people that question, a lot of people will say closer to 1, which is still very cheap, but you can do it on less than 1,000. People that say 1,000, they're shopping, or they're like, if you're really frugal and you like buy the local food, or you cook some of your own food and you don't waste your money stupidly on drinking and cocktails and stuff. A cocktail is like $3.50 or $4, so that can start to add up. But that's still cheaper. Like in Canada, it would be probably $15 for a cocktail or something. So it's packs of cigarettes. I'm not really a smoker, but like cigarettes are like 80 cents or $1 for a whole pack. And again, in Canada, that's like $15. That's my apartment right there, actually. So those 2 windows that are right under the power lines, the 3rd set down, that's my bedroom. And this is a 24-hour store with a ABA bank right on it too. It's a really good location. It's the best apartment I ever had. I'm gonna probably re-up for sure, like, you know, every other place I've had, I've moved. I've like tried another place when its lease is over, but I think I'm gonna stay at this one. I was thinking, I've kind of got a little bit of a sniffles and the beginnings of a cold, so I want to get some vitamin C drink. They have like these tiny drinks that are like loaded with vitamin C. That purple one says ACE, but this one has just vitamin C, I think. Maybe I'll get this orange juice too. Just juice, no added sugar. Load up on vitamin C. Some seaweed snacks. Might be interesting to see the snacks while we're in here. This is dried up beef. So it looks like cotton candy, but it's beef. This is pickled bean curd. This is pieces of bamboo that are pickled with chili. More dried meats. Whoops. Yeah, they're like dried meats that they would like look and feel kind of like cotton candy. It's like stringy fibers of dried up meat. Then it's like all kinds of nuts and stuff. It's usually a weird mix. Yeah, right here. Anchovy. You know what I tried? I tried the other day. This. It's pretty good actually. Cassava snack. Little round puff balls that it almost tasted like cereal, or it felt like the mouthfeel of like cereal, but it instead of sugar on it, it was like beef flavor powder. So you obviously you eat it like chips, you know what I mean? But the little white balls, they crunch when you chew on them, just like cereal, kind of. I'm sorry. Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
So I'm gonna have to flip to my banking app to pay. Hey. Thanks. Alright, sorry, holding too much crap. Oh, let's see what you guys are writing here. Huh. Beamy says he has a cold too. Hey, if you want to help support or send donations, you could send super thanks in the chat or help buy me a beer or help me do cool stuff with the channel. One plan I have for our next video is I'm going to show what the kind of one-day vacation you could do if you were a teacher here. Because you can take like a 2-hour bus ride to the coast. It's a city called Sihanoukville. And there's many beaches. There's like 3 or 4 really beautiful beaches along there. It's a little bit of an ugly city because a lot of the buildings are deserted in the downtown area. So there's like skeleton buildings and stuff, but the beaches themselves are very nice. And you could take, if you left early in the morning, like imagine a 7 o'clock bus here, you would get there by 9 a.m. and you could leave at like 7 at night and get back here at 9 or 9:30 or whatever. And then that would only cost, like maybe the transportation both ways would be total like $25. You know what I mean? You could have a whole like a whole day at the beach on a Sunday. I'm gonna go maybe this Sunday, and I'm gonna see how much money I can not spend. You know what I mean? Or like how cheap we can do it. So, and there's a bus I saw. I was looking up buses to book it, and there's one type that's called like even though it's just a minivan, like a 12-person van or whatever, like the others, but there was one that said it's first class, and it's like $4 more, or 4 or 5, like it's just a little bit more, and it's called first class. So that's part of, I was thinking, oh, we should, you know, make it more a special day by getting first class, and oh, I'm here in my first class transportation, and then we, you know, head down to the beach. And then when you get to the beach, there's like vendors and people with little barbecues, and they're barbecuing up squid or different meat or pork or things like that. And those skewers are probably 25 cents or 50 cents. So like you could go up to them, and with even like with just $3, you could get like 6 shish kebab things, like of different stuff, and get a rice. I think it would be easy to eat cheap there. And yeah, so that was my next plan for a video, maybe this Sunday, because that's the only day I don't tutor or teach anymore. So I would just get up early, hop on a first class bus to the beach, and maybe see if I have any friend that wants to come with me, and then and when you have someone else with you, that could make it cheaper too, because then you can combine your money. Like instead of me spending $3, it's like we could spend $5 and get way more food, and then it's only $2.50 each. Like you could save a little bit when you have 2 people too. So I might bring someone with me and see what you could see. Like, oh my God, we could do this every Sunday if we wanted to. Like it's only costs like $40 for a whole beach trip. Like, I guess that's expensive, but like half the cost is getting to the beach. That's why it's not expensive when you get there. And if you had your own motorbike, you could just go yourself. Like, it's really windy. My printout's getting ruined from flapping in the wind. So I guess this was a short one. If you have any questions, you can, you know, leave them in the comments below. Check out all the links in the description. There's one for the members section. You can see what it's all about. And there's one for the TESOL program here in Cambodia. It's everything I explained. It's a 4-week program. They line you up with a job. It's government accredited. You make friends along the way. And they also operate in Vietnam, but you have to have a degree to work there. So if you have a degree, same link and everything, but you could do Vietnam. And if you don't have a degree, you could come to Cambodia, like me. So stay tuned. This Sunday, I'm going to do that idea, I think, of going to the beach. We could see how I'm going to get one of those first class bus tickets, and then everything else will be as cheap as possible. And there's places you could go. If you had a big group of friends, you could get one of those rooms that has all bunk beds, but it's only you and your friends all in there because you have 6 of you or something. And that only costs like $5 a night each. So whatever my budget ends up being for this video, if you just add $5, you could stay overnight too in a cheap hostel or whatever. I'm going to show not staying overnight. I'm just going to go like morning and come back at night. And yeah, if you don't have any questions, I don't know what else I can talk about here. I have 3 students now. I'm private tutoring. One's online, Monday to Friday every morning for 1 hour. Another one I go to their house Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. And then another guy I go to the actual school in the classroom, and we're getting, that's this guy, we're getting him ready for the IELTS exam. And just with those 3 students, only a couple times a week, it's only a couple hours, it's like, what would that be? 5 plus, it's about 20 hours a week, or would it be? No, 3 is 9 plus 5. It's 14 hours a week. Just 14 hours a week, and I'm getting almost $1,000 a month from that. That's how good the pay is. So it's pretty good. But I'm not getting paid by the month. I'm getting paid per class I do. So if, there's already been times where the student cancels. Oh, I'm not doing it today. And the one I go to their house, she went on a vacation. So it's like, Sometimes they come and go, but it's pretty good. They got Christmas decorations, even though they're Buddhist here, so they don't celebrate Christmas, or they don't. It's like they celebrate Santa, but they don't celebrate Jesus. You know what I mean? It's not like, it's not religious. It's just the decorations from the dollar store. The meaning isn't there. Like when they do this here in Cambodia, it's not about the actual holiday. It's just about. It's almost like on Halloween you put out a skeleton, and on Christmas you put out a Santa, and they don't involve Jesus at all, or whatever. I'm not religious either, so I don't care. But they're totally Buddhist. You don't even, most schools you get 0 time off at Christmas. Like you would work Christmas Day even. It's just a Tuesday. It's not like anything to them at all. Easter too. You'd work every single day on Easter and every day at Christmas. You get New Year's Day. But unless, I've had some friends that are teachers that work at a school that maybe it's completely owned by Western people, so all the owners all the way up to the top are maybe British or Australian, and then they would get a week off at Christmas because they live that way. But if it's at all ran by a Khmer or Asian people, they don't do Christmas. They don't acknowledge Christmas at all. This is just to draw in foreigners, I guess. Yeah, it looks like the room is shrinking. I'm at the end, so let's just call it. Thanks for watching. Consider becoming a member. There's lots of cool videos already there and lots more coming. It's only $4.99. You could do it for 1 month. And until next time, remember, how you spend your days is the way you spend your life. It's never too late to start tripping out.